welcome to all of you when we are celebrating the World MSME Day on 27th of June worldwide. I am very proud to be at IIT Delhi, a proud place where so many technocrats were born, and one of the big investment of government of India way back, creating this institute. And I think education is always the fundamental for human beings. So I'm very happy that I'm sitting at IIT Delhi today, and more importantly at this joint initiative of Government of India, Heavy Industries, Ministry of Heavy Industries, Automation Industry Association, as well as IIT Delhi. And for this joint venture, that IITD-AIA Foundation, FSM, Anup Wadhwa, a veteran from the Indian automation industry, is heading as the director of this initiative. Sir, welcome to Machine Maker.
Thank you, Hari. It's been a pleasure to host you today. Yeah, it's great you recalled the World MSME Day. I'm particularly enthused because MSMEs actually constitute not only 50% or slightly more of our manufacturing GDP, but I think as employers they contribute more than 2/3. We are always talking about being a manufacturing hub for the world, and I am very clear in my mind we can't do it without the active contribution or without the active growth of this sector. When I say growth, I mean growth not purely in terms of the physical volumes, but I would definitely say growth in terms of the new competitive factor, which is precision, getting things first time right, being able to deliver in flexible schedules, all the virtues which an automotive OEM demands of its tier 1 and tier 2. I think the world, you name any industry, they demand the same kind of conformance to excellence standards. That's a topic we really should address in more detail, and I'll be happy to also explore with you what concrete steps we can take. I mean, प्रण लेने का समय आ चुका है, तो very glad that you have brought this topic up today.
Sir, for me, I believe MSME जो word India में, when we talk, it's a very confused term itself. So I think there was a report which I have seen recently. A state in Punjab is having more than 2.5 lakh industries. Just a manufacturing industries they were talking about. MSMEs are almost 80-90% is maybe the MSME. So even in MSMEs we have micro, small and medium scale industries. And then there are now the definitions are there with the kind of turnover what they make in that. So when you see MSME in manufacturing, with your experience, who are that majority of these people which belongs to the MSME?
So as the terminology reflects, micro are the equivalent of startups. The IT industry very famously calls their entrepreneurs startups. In case of manufacturing, it is those micro units. And micro units are the ones where definitely the entrepreneur is having everything almost single-handedly being managed. But when a company decides to professionalize and grow its market and grow in competence and hire professionals, I think they have already taken the step of being a medium enterprise. The transition is between micro and medium is the S. So between the two M's is the sandwich. And I think if we can deliver the message and give the support to the middle tier, which is the S, uh, we would have set in the processes which an micro wanting to move up can support, and obviously a medium will find it easier to support. So uh, those are the companies who are got the aspiration. They have transited from micro to small and now are looking for the next big leap, which is medium. If we don't help them, they'll remain small. So that's perhaps one route to take.
See, one thing you spoke about the IT, the startup culture as such, right? Everything starts from a micro. But this ecosystem of support from the government now, it was before 1 or 2 decades, the STEP started, the Science and Technology Entrepreneurs Park. 5-step was founded. And if you see recently, we have this Atal Innovation Center. So this the Atal Innovation Centers basically are doing the same thing as STEP is doing on a much larger perspective. There is a startup boom in India. There is Startup India. There are a lot of things have happened. I think IT have created that such kind of things, and it is easy because IT is mostly about a service idea where people come pitch and maybe the government supports on that idea and bring it as a business. But over years and years and years, after independence or before independence, there were certain entrepreneurs, some who tried and they perished, some struggling till today. I think majority are still struggling. There are a lot of challenges what they are having. People come with a dream and after that they go into a vicious circle of survival business. But some people were able to cross over and gone. So this, whenever I go to a particular industry in the manufacturing, many times what I see is they are working alone. They don't feel that someone is listening to them. And here I am sitting at FSM, an initiative which is started by the government, supported by industry association and the premium education institution, only to support these MSMEs or the emerging industries. I feel there is definitely a mismatch where some of these measures what our government is taking or the industry association is taking, maybe it is not reaching the masses in manufacturing I am talking about.
Yeah, you have a fair point. MSMEs require much more hand-holding. Recently, we addressed a cluster of MSMEs in Gurgaon, and we were surprised to learn from the organizer that these people don't even consider IIT as a potential partner. They feel the gap is so big, they're scared of coming here. So we had to make an appeal, and along with me on the dais was Professor Sunil Jha. So we made a joint invitation and we said, no, you must come see. There are no obligations. I think the MSMEs tread very cautiously. Obviously, capital is restricted. More than capital, I would say talent is restricted. They cannot hire very top-end aspirational people because they can't give them that environment. And that's the difference between the physical world and the cyber world. In a cyber world, you can excite somebody by saying, I can teach you how to do better analysis of stock movement, because he can immediately see if he learns this, he will start making more money. You can't offer that to a great production engineer saying, I can teach you or I can challenge your talent if you come and join my small little foundry. He would definitely like to go to a Mahindra and Mahindra or a Tata Steel or a Reliance, where he can really see the big expanse of manufacturing. So that is something we must recognize. Definitely, there are ministries of MSME, there are ministries of heavy industry, the one to which we are attached. And we are very well rooted in the physical world, where we do know that scale cannot be achieved overnight. The other thing where IT has taken a big leap forward is the emergence of the cloud. You already say it's a service industry, so cloud gives you much faster movement. At some point, I believe manufacturing will also become a combination of service industry, because at the end, what are you doing? What are humans actually doing? They're not doing thoka thaki with their own hands. They are managing the flow of material and processes within certain machines. If those machines like compressors, DG sets, CNC turning machines, grinders, if these are available through any financial instrument as equipment on which EMIs can be paid, then all you need to do is get a good capital equipment, write a proper material flow, production flow, software algorithm, and have people connect those machines. So at some point, I do see that with expensive equipment, if financial institutions can give that kind of advantage of leasing, then the entrepreneur will be able to see it like an operation which is moving towards the service business. Now, what I'm saying might appear far-fetched, but the way everybody is going, we realize that unless you are service-oriented, you cannot be flexible. Even today, when we talk to some of the established enterprises, I can't name them because they have their reputations on the line. But the biggest challenge for them is, how do you deliver an unscheduled order with less quantity? You can't straight away have a culture of customization. But the world is moving towards customization, right? So when customization has to be done, then you need to have that kind of solid process. Anything which is not process oriented cannot become a service industry. It will become, yes, it will be a service industry, but it will be a personality based service industry. You can't scale it up. So challenge is not only of size, the challenge is not only of technology, the challenge is also of the personality of the entrepreneur. How do we get him into a mindset that the profit and the margins are always going to be higher if you adopt systems and you are able to handle different customers, give them the variants they want by the time they want?
Sir, I believe it's a very challenging situation what I see. First of all, the cultural unfit of an entrepreneur thinking that he don't belong to, like he's afraid of IIT Delhi. Okay, this is not something in my league. But end of the day, MSME entrepreneur can create multiple jobs for even IIT Delhi people, but that realization, I feel somewhere that it's a cultural issue, I believe we Indians are facing from the basic education. Till today we are coming here. Until unless we create, I don't know, is it ignorance which stops the Indians to really understand the capabilities which they can use, even if it IIT Delhi or any engineering college? How we can address this cultural misfit? If we don't understand and do it, it will take hundreds of years to overcome this problem.
Yeah. I think we have to relook at education, talk about the emergent skills, the future workplace, and we can't limit it to IIT graduates. The reasons are that IIT graduates are pitching for jobs outside India. We have to have a system of excellence in education by which the next lot of, or let's say the top 100 colleges can have this leapfrog. They can all pitch in the next generation curriculum. So the difference will obviously be the infrastructure which IITs give, the professors which IIT give. But I'm very hopeful because a lot of theory classes can now be delivered online. So Professor Jha's lectures on smart manufacturing are as much available free of cost to any student in Dharwar or Talegaon as it is available to his student in House Khas IIT Delhi. So the theory part is now getting disseminated a lot through self-learning and the new kind of educational tools, audio-visual aids. It's the practical part which differentiates between a good college and a mediocre college. And that's where we believe we have a model here in FSM. I just want to clarify, FSM is not only for IIT students. Yes, they get the advantage that the workshops are here and they can attend. But we are equally committed to supporting other institutions. For example, a place like Anand, which has a lot of machine makers and medium kind of industry, also has a lot of good colleges. If we can somehow replicate or create extension centers, the learning on the physical part can also become close. The other thing which I learned from a Swiss model in education was learning in a manufacturing environment is the best learning. I got my best confidence in manufacturing industry when I was sent to a steel plant just after graduation. And that's where you realize how exciting manufacturing is. So the students like to be paid well, but they also require excitation. I know software is today the buzzword, but trust me, when a person with an engineering brain sees a sophisticated manufacturing process, it could be car making, it could be steel making, it could be chocolate making, he is going to get turned on by that physical aspect, and coding will no longer be his only option.
See, the dual system you were talking about.
Yeah.
So Swiss is one, and even German also very. I was there at Karlsruhe and I have seen that how the system works. And I think you may know BSDU, which is there in Rajasthan. I think they are doing a great job.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
That BSDU also, because it was one industrialist, one scientist, Indian, who were Swiss citizen. Like he was been there and he established the industry and BSDU here. And they are quite good examples. You spoke about now, Dr. Jha, let me tell you, the Samarth Udyog, how Samrat can become Samarth. He is one of the best presentation I have seen, which got me inspired. And I believe this needs to be seen by every MSME people, irrespective of, more than students, I believe it is the MSME owners should get a certificate course, online certificate course from FSM.
I would like to turn the table here. Since you said that story about Samrat, why do we insist on calling people MSME? Why don't we just break through the barrier of turnover and say that I am a Samarth enterprise? People should take pride in that. In fact, we believe that when we give a certificate, we should, at least our certificate should say that you are a Samarth enterprise.
You are a Samarth.
Yeah.
Something interesting.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, this is a mental barrier. We are saying that, I am chota, I'll need to do that. If I say I am competent, then it's only a matter of time before this competency flow will expand.
And I think will FSM can create such kind of one, maybe an online course with some kind of practicality, and you give a summer certificate to them?
Yeah, definitely.
One more thing, I'm telling, even when it goes to Europe, you see Germany and Italy is some of the very established engineering. There are a lot of companies, family-owned companies, and Mitchelstand. They proudly talk about their Mitchelstand company, middle-oriented, family-owned companies. But as you rightly said, when we talk about micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises, we have this thought process of, "Arey, he's small, that is why he's micro." But I believe it is all of our responsibility to ensure we make all these micro entrepreneurs more smart, so that I believe the days are going to be more tougher, sir. Because earlier we used to get people for job, manual job or anything like that. Today that is getting eradicated. those jobs, people who used to go for factory and they are doing now Zomato delivery, Swiggy delivery, or people are able to get a Ola, and there are so many service industries picking up.
Yeah.
There are lots of options, and manufacturing needs to grow in India, and this MSME entrepreneur's role is going to be great. So with FSM 6 years, I know that your agendas of transforming existing manufacturing facilities make more productivity through implementing system. How do you think that your goal can be successful on a more largely acceptable way?
I think one big change we have to make is we have to start talking the language of the business. We have to prove that the technology improvements are giving you better return on investment. So the Samarth case actually shows that when certain technical features were introduced and things were tweaked, his rejection came down, his quality went up so he could address a different market, his energy costs come down. It's only when you are making a respectable profit that people will want to come and join your organization. Now, a Zomato guy who earns, say, 20,000 rupees and is traveling in the heat of Delhi, if he gets a stable job in a manufacturing company where he's given, canteen facility and there's a camaraderie and there are other, you can have basketball in the evening, and a manufacturing culture is by and large much more, I would say, steady culture. People don't hire and fire you. If you perform, you are there for 5 years, 10 years. So there are opportunities for people to get the same salary but doing different job, and a job which is more meaningful than just going around and delivering pizzas, etc. When that happens, I think we have the potential to have our technicians. Now, I'm also introducing this because there is a gap. In India, we tend to hire an engineer, low salary engineer, give him the work of a technician. Whereas you spoke about the Germans or you talk about Japanese, it is the technicians there who have that passion for excellence and they handle everyday job. Engineers are supposed to do re-engineering, make process improvements and not go and rectify the faults and things. With today's systems, it is possible for us to also make a pitch to the technicians. One of the things we want to drive this year is to address that challenge, because that's another community we have not understood. And MSMEs and technicians and the diplomas go hand in hand. If we can strengthen their hand with that resource pool, I think we would have done a big favor to the MSMEs.
Why do you think there is a big gap? There is actually no collaboration itself between local industries, local ITI, polytechnic or an engineering branch. There is no, actually. Most of the things are on papers. No professors goes or teachers goes into the industry and work.
True. Collaborations doesn't come easy. And I would say that now with certain ease of communication, networking, being able to do video conference, show things from remote, we have an opportunity to connect individuals from different organizations and create a community who can be instrumental in facilitating these kind of people and organizations coming together. Of course, there are policies which help, and I'm sure that as we go along, we'll see more policy which is going to impact ecosystem. But we need ecosystem builders. That's a new word, but I'm glad that you talk about ecosystem building, and I am also quite mindful of the fact that my time should go in ecosystem building.
True.
But when we bring certain people together, I think we can certainly influence more minds.
You spoke about Anand in between. I would like to talk about Manish Kotari from Anand, because we used to talk about all these things. He was telling that MSME should reach out to the colleges. Colleges, we tell to college, you reach out to MSMEs, but still there are very less people who understand this thing that, making our hand dirty is not happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Before going, I would like to have one question to you with all your experience. Why these entrepreneurs, MSME entrepreneurs, feel alone in their business or in their career life, entrepreneurship journey? Why they feel alone?
I guess people feel alone when they can't share their inner emotions, their constraints with people who will not judge them. I don't think it's limited to entrepreneurs. It's an Indian trait. A son of an Indian parent does not feel free to share what he or she is going through, even with a father, right, or an elder brother. And that I think is changing with the new generation, because the new generation is more friendly with their peer group. I do know that there are many industrialists, the entrepreneurs kind, who have their own circle. They are part of Rotary or they're part of some young minds, and they do networking. But whether they're able to share something very, very deep in them, I'm no one to judge and make a comment on that.
It was actually a very interesting discussion we had today. So our focus is MSMEs in this discussion. And what I would like to tell you is that you are not alone.
You are not alone, and you are Samarth. And we hope that we will create this Samarth ecosystem. We will also reach out to our ministry. Maybe jointly we can go there one of these days. And whoever feels he is alone, we are there for you.
We will be sharing the contact details of FSM, the joint initiative of Ministry of Heavy Industries, Government of India, Automation Industries Association, as well as IIT Delhi. Fabulous facilities they have. I think if you need the SMEs, especially if you need any kind of research in the automation sector, I believe.
Yeah, this is a place where you can come, see, experiment without buying anything. So you don't have to risk anything. Understand the concepts, build the concepts with us, try it out, expose your younger people. So there are many things which we can do, and if you have a dream, we will try and make sure that you move towards that dream.
I have two appeals here, sir, before we close. One is that if any of you people who are having experience, who have successfully done certain work, and if you would like to contribute back to the society, I think FSM will be always happy to get them on board, right, for the benefit of the industry.
Definitely, we would like that when there are people from the engineering field who do the theory courses, if you can offer your facilities as a training facility, can be for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, give them that excitement about working on a machine, understanding how a machine generates parts, and those parts build up to products which they use on a day-to-day basis. Put that seed of a physical entity which does magic with different material, put that seed in his brain, it will never fade away. And by doing that, you're also ensuring that more and more of the youngsters stay with manufacturing.
Another appeal is on 12th of July, FSM is organizing their automation seminar, which is continuing for, I believe, or for the third year, I believe.
Second year.
Second year. So ASM is on its second year, and it is going to happen July 12th in Ahmedabad.
Yes.
Anyone who are interested to participate, I think the participation is free of cost. People can come and join, or is it a price?
There is a very nominal cost.
Okay, so anyone who is interested to be part of it, please get in touch with FSM. So thanks for your time, and I believe
My pleasure.
we can expect a lot of initiatives from FSM, personally from you, Anup sir, to help the Indian MSMEs.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.